everyone, my name is Akash Paul and I'm sitting inside the BYD Atto 3, the latest EV in the Indian market. And the reason I'm inside the car is because this is an interior review. Now, this vehicle comes with a rather unique interior with a lot of features, so we thought might as well make an entire video just to explain what is on the inside. So let's begin. Now, let me start the vehicle first, and I press the brake pedal and the start stop button is right here. You can hear this sound that's coming. In fact, this vehicle comes with a lot of sounds when you're driving, when you have the blinkers on, so it generates a lot of interesting sounds. Now, the first thing I'll talk about is this center console. The dashboard, you can see, is completely devoid of any kind of controls. All the buttons are right here on the steering wheel and on this center console, which means that you have a lot of ease in terms of reaching all the necessary controls. Now, let's talk about the steering wheel. It's got a flat bottom steering wheel. This is a leather unit and it's very nice to hold. It feels like the appropriate size. The logo is also unique. BYD has gone for a more glass-like appearance, which is nice. All the control, the buttons, they are nice to touch. They have a nice and solid feel. Behind the steering wheel is this 5-inch instrument cluster. It's a digital display which shows you all the information that you would need, like the speed, the current range, the usage in kilowatts, and it shows you your driving mode and all of these things. Now, while it has packed all the information in that small cluster, I do feel, considering the price and the segment that this car is in, that the display could have been bigger. It does feel a bit small in this cabin. It's a floating display. Otherwise, you get a very big 12.8-inch touchscreen right in the center, which you can rotate as well. Now, that's more of a fancy looking feature, does not really have a functional use. Yes, if you want a vertical display, you can switch it to that, or if you want a horizontal display, then you can switch it to that. Now, it has a lot of functions inside it. I'll come to that in just a while. Below the display, you'll see these dumbbell style AC vents. Now, this is also quite a unique design. They're functional, thankfully, and it's not just, form over function. They are unique and have a nice tactile feel when you open and close the vents. You can hear that click sound, so that's nice. Then you have a wireless charger right here, so that means I can easily charge my phone. When I have it, it gives you a message also that you have initiated wireless charging. You have two cup holders which are decently deep and can hold a normal glass, and then you have this really nice center armrest. And what I liked about this is that it's wide enough that even if you have your hand on it and your co-passenger has their hand on it, you won't be fighting for space, which is the case in a lot of cars. And if you open it, then you have quite a deep pocket here. You can see my hand goes inside, so you have a lot of storage space. In the doors now, you have these grab style door handles which open up. They also have a speaker in them, and even the handle right here has a nice design. The door has a nice thud when you close it, and what is even more interesting are these strings that you have on the pockets, and these sound a bit like a little out of tune guitar, but that is a nice and quirky touch. Like I mentioned, they have a lot of quirky features. Up top, you can see the capacitive touch controls for the sunroof. You get a large panoramic sunroof, which does give this vehicle a very airy and a very nice feel. And you also have these capacitive light buttons, which when you press will switch on or off the lights. Now let's come to the seats, which you can see have a lot of bolstering, a lot of cushioning. Even for a thin person like me, I feel like I'm sitting nicely on the seat, and it's very comfortable as well. They look a little bit like bucket seats which you find in sports cars, and considering that this vehicle can also go pretty fast, I think that's a nice match. And you can see that I have a lot of space. I can easily stretch my legs out, reach the pedals, and the headroom is also pretty decent. I am about 6 feet tall, so if you're shorter than me, then you will definitely find a lot of space on the inside of this vehicle. It's about 4.5 meters in length, so there is plenty of room on the inside. What I also like is that you have a lot of nice mats on the floor, which again help a little bit with the sound dampening and also make the interior look nice. Coming to the NVH levels, now this is something we noticed while we were on the move that the cabin is pretty silent, and that's something you would really enjoy on a rainy day like this, that you have a vehicle that itself does not generate any noise, and then you also have minimal noise coming from the outside. Now you can see this 12.8-inch screen looks fabulous, and the touch works super smooth. It almost feels like a smartphone, and it does work well in that regard. And if you go into the settings, something that a lot of people will really enjoy is the fact that it also comes with a light and a dark theme. So if you want, you can switch to dark theme or light theme, and it also has an auto option which will automatically change the mode. It has obviously support for Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You can connect your phone wirelessly through Bluetooth, and then you have this, which is your air conditioning system. So you don't have any conventional AC controls. You go into this menu, and from here you can switch on the AC, switch it off, and you can change the fan speed and other features as well. The Atto 3 also comes with a 360-degree camera, which means that you can generate an image of all four of the sides of the vehicle, and you can switch between these different views and even generate a full-on image of the vehicle or make it disappear, like you can see right here. And then coming to the 3D view, well, now this way it'll reverse project the image and show you what's on the sides. So that is quite a cool feature as well. The next thing I would like to show you is this. So it comes with a steering mode and brake pedal regulation, so you can slightly tweak the response of the vehicle on the fly. It also comes with ambient lighting, which means you can light up the cabin in a host of different colors. You can change the brightness, you can change where it looks, and it also reacts to the music, and you have a host of options for your headlight as well. The Atto 3 comes with level 2 ADAS capabilities, which means you get a lane departure warning and a lane departure assist as well. You can choose the kind of feedback that you want, whether it be a sound or a vibration or a combination of both. You get high beam assist. You also have automatic braking in this and blind spot assist. So that means if a vehicle is coming from a side which you can't conventionally see on your mirrors, the systems will still warn you through a flash of a light. It also shows you your current battery level and your consumption. So right now you can see that we have a total mileage of 500 kilometers. This is what the system thinks is there. It shows you the consumption per 100 kilometers. This vehicle also has a nice driving recorder, which means that when you insert an SD card, you can take pictures from the camera, or you can also record videos and then play them back once you've recorded. Right now we don't have an SD card, so that's why you cannot see anything here, but it does give you option to change the recording length if you want any overlays, or if you want to format the existing memory card. So that is also a very nice feature that you get. This is a feature that could be handy in some places, but more or less it's something nice to look at. Now over at the back, you will again notice a very nicely laid out cabin. You have these nice mats. You don't have a transmission tunnel, obviously, because this is an EV, and the driver's seat has been adjusted to my driving position, and you can still see I have a decent amount of knee room, and I can stretch my legs out a little bit because I can put them underneath the seat. The under thigh support is decent. It's not the best, but I think this is pretty decent, and I can feel that the cushion is also pretty comfortable for longer journeys. So if you are someone as tall as me or slightly taller than me, you will still find this to be a good place. You can see I have a bit of headroom over here. Obviously, if the car goes over a really bad bump, then I might hit the roof. There are 3 head restraints, and there is one for the center passenger as well. Plus it supports height adjustment, so that is a nice addition. The armrest opens up to reveal 2 cup holders, so that is also pretty good. And the seat is kind of flat, so I think even if you were to be seated right here, you won't have a lot of problem. Yes, the armrest protrudes a little bit too much into your back, so maybe for shorter journeys I think you can still manage it. But if you're going on a long drive, then this is where you would want to be. You have seat back pockets to hold some knickknacks or some papers, and you have the same door handles and the stringed pockets on the doors at the back as well. The AC vents right here are the same dumbbell style ones, and below that you have a console which has a small pocket to keep maybe your phone or some other small accessory, and you have two charging ports, one of which is a type A and the other one is a type C. Now, as for the boot space, you have about 440 liters of it if you have the seats up, and you can store a lot of luggage inside. The only downside is that even though there is a lot of space under the boot cover for a spare wheel, BYD is not really providing that right now. Even as an accessory, you do get a puncture repair kit and a high visibility jacket, but I still think that even a space saver would have been a nice addition to the boot area. You can drop down these seats to gain more than 1,000 liters of space in total. So that was a look at the interior of the BYD Atto 3. It certainly has a lot of features to boast. Maybe not all of them have a practical use, but it definitely has a lot to show. Even the space is good. The quality of the materials is pretty nice in most spaces. There are some places where you can see a little bit of cost cutting, but otherwise in general I would say it's a really nice looking cabin. What did you think of this interior? And if you still have any more doubts, any more questions about this car, you can either pop them in the comments below, or you can wait for our full review of the vehicle where we talk about the specs, the driving, the design, price, everything. So make sure that you've subscribed to our channel for that video. Like this one if you like the content that was provided. Tell us if you would like to see more interior reviews on our channel. And until the next time, drive safe. This is Akash signing off. Bye bye.